is session 3 of part 1 and part 1 of our Microsoft Word workshop. And part 1 is our basic document setup. In session 1 we have set up the pages and the fonts, and in our previous session we've set up the styles of the document. And now in this session we're going to do a basic document layout, just plan ahead for our document and what we want to do in our research report. So let's go to our research report, the file that we have saved, BMTMS Word Styling Setup, the document that we have been working with up until now. I'm going to just start out by saving our document. And what we want to do is, in our research report, is going to consist of 4 basic parts. So the first part will be the title page. That will be a standalone page that will have your topic, the title of your topic. It will have the name of your supervisors that you've handed this in for the completion of your advanced diploma with BMT College, and the date, etc., etc. The next part of your document will be the contents pages. In the contents pages will be your table of contents, your table of figures, your table of tables, your declaration that this is your own work, and maybe a couple of other references. And then we will come to the main body. The main body will be your chapters. Chapter 1 will be an overview of your research report. Chapter 2, the literature review. Chapter 3, a little bit about how you've done your research, your findings, and then your conclusions. And then the final part, the fourth part of your document, will be your references, your list of references, and your appendices that you want to add to your research report. So those are the 4 major parts of your document. So let's write that out. We will have a title page, and we will have a contents page, and we will have a main body of the document, and we will have the list of references and appendices. So I'm just going to use these as placeholders in our document to make sure that we create every one of these sections in our documents. Right now we have 1 page in our document. You can see that at the bottom, page 1 of 1. So what we want to do is, what we're going to do is, we're going to create breaks in our document in order to have the different sections. Now I want to show you how you can see this, and what we're going to do is we're going to enable the special character. So on the front page, or home, under the home heading, we, in our ribbon clipboard font paragraph, under paragraph, you'll see there's a little symbol there, and that symbol will show paragraph marks and other hidden formatting symbols. And this is especially useful for advanced layout tasks, and this is exactly what we want to do. This is an advanced layout task. So we're going to enable this. We want to show the different characters. You see in the main body these different characters have appeared, and this will now give us an indication of the types of breaks that we want to apply or insert into our document. Right, so in order to do that, we will go to our layout. You'll see home, insert, design, layout menu, and under the layout menu we've got our page setup. Now remember, at the beginning we set up the page margins and the page size. Now the next bit that we want to do is we want to insert the breaks. Now for the purposes of your research report, you will probably make use of 2 types of breaks. The first break that I will show you is a normal page break. Now a normal page break just allows you to start on the next page. So let me show you this. When I insert the normal page break, instead of entering enter, you see the hidden information. A page break has been entered, And the next page, page 2, you see there's the break, and we are now on page 2. The page break allows us to start on a next page without having to press enter, 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 enter. And even if I've entered all of those additional spaces now, the page break still says the next page will start at the top right there. Okay, if we remove the page break, let's remove the page break, our contents pages goes back right to our page 1. Right, so that is just a normal page break. It's very convenient to use every now and again in your document if you want to enter page breaks. Although I'm not, this is not something that we're going to use for this specific session. What I want to show you is I want to show you how to add section breaks. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to click on breaks. We're on page setup, under layout, page setup. I'm going to left click on breaks, and I'm going to say under section breaks, you've got page breaks and we've got section breaks. So under section breaks, we're going to insert next page. Click that. Now you'll see there what has been entered. The previous hidden information that was added was a page break, and right now we've added a section break, which is a next page. Now to make sure that the section break has been entered, we will go into our header, and to enter our header we'll double click there at the top. So look at this, just double click, 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 and then we've entered into our header. You see there it says header section 1, and when we go to page 2, because we've entered the section break there, this will now be the header of section 2. Now if we just insert, we're in the main body again. Now let's say we insert a normal page break there, not a section break, a normal page break. Now we're on page 3, and you'll see here, because that is just a normal page break, section 2, this is still section 2 because that has just been a normal page break. The same thing will happen if we enter. So if I just enter, and I go to page 3, you'll see this is section 2. This is page 3, but it's section 2 because we haven't entered any new sections. Right, so what we want is we said we want to divide this document into 4 sections. So let's do that. We've got section 1, which is our title page, section 2, which is going to be our contents pages. So I want to insert another next page, another section break, next page, and now I've got my main body starting in section 3 because we entered another section break, right? And then after my main body, I want to have a list of references and appendices, and that is going to be my section 4 in this document. So we go normal page breaks, and now section breaks, next page, and we have our list of references, appendices as section 4. So right now we've created our 4 different sections in the document, and that is giving us a nice basic layout of what this document will look like. Right. The next bit for this section layout is to add our page numbers, and I know this is already starting to add content, which is only really starting in part 2 of our presentation. However, for the purposes of this layout of the document, I want to show you how to add the page numbers correctly to your research report. So on the title page, there will be no page number. So when we go to the header and footer, remember I entered that by clicking, by double clicking. On the first section there, we don't want any numbering to be added on the title page. When we start with our contents pages, we want to add a page number. So you can either, let me go back to our main body. this is the main body, the contents pages, and you see there whenever there's no header or footer menu right now, but the moment that I double click in either the header or the footer, what will happen is additional a menu will open up specifically focused on the header and footer of the document, right? So in the footer of the document, we want to add a page number. Now you can also add a page number by going to Insert, and then under Insert you will have Pages, Tables, and in the header and footer you can say page number. But we'll use the header and footer menu and we'll say enter page number, and we'll do that in the current position and add a plain number. We're not going to do fancy stuff. We're just going to say in the current position add a plain number. Now in our header and footer, we don't want to link this to the previous session, because in the previous section we said on the title page we don't want any numbers, right? So we're going to click on that to delink it from the previous session navigation. We don't want to link our page number to the previous session. So right there I'm going to delete it again on section 1, and then in section 2 you will see this is now standalone, and when we go to page 3, that will be on page 3 and that will be on page 4. Alright, because these sections are still linked to the previous sections. So in our main body, or in our contents pages, and this is very important, our contents pages we will always number in Roman numerals. That is I, IV, V, VI, VII for page 1, 2, 3. So we'll use Roman numerals to number our contents page. Now in order to do that, we need to change it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to select that page number there at the bottom. I'm selecting it, holding in my left button and select that, and then I'm going to right click on it. I'll right click on that number and I want to say format page number. So I'm formatting my page number, and I say my number format must be 1, 2, but I want that to be in Roman numerals. So you go down the list and you look for your Roman numerals, not the caps, but the ones that is in the normal lower case, and you select your Roman numerals. Continue from previous section. No, we want to start on page 1 in our contents page. Remember your title page, this is basically like the cover of your book, the cover of your document, and the cover of a book doesn't have a page number. Page number 1 will start on your contents pages. So then we go to our next section, our main body. In the main body, we want this section not to link to previous. We want our own section to start again, our own to start on page number 1, because this is our main body. So what we'll do is we'll select our number and we'll go to format page number. Now the page number format in your main body will be the normal Arabic numbers, 1, 2, 3, the numerals as we all know them. That will be 1, 2, 3. We're not going to continue from the previous section. We want to start at page number 1. I'm going to select that, and you will see our next section now, section 3, will start on page number 1. List of references, that will simply continue. This will link to the previous section because we want this to continue into the list of references and appendices. And now our document has been mainly set up. The final thing that we want to do is our footer numbering. Is we want to update that to display correctly. So once again, you'll see the footer style is not part of my normal style gallery, so we need to go and find that. Remember in the previous session that we had, session 2, in order to update the style, if it's not in the style gallery, we'll go and look for that. Go on home, clipboard font paragraph, style gallery, we'll click on this little arrow here at in the corner. We're going to look for the footer style, and you'll see the footer style has been selected. Now you can either click that and it will be added to the style gallery, or what we're going to do is we're simply going to edit that here. And I'm going to click on the arrow. You see there's footer, and then right next to it the little arrow appears. I'm going to click on that, left click, and we're going to modify that. And the modification will be simple. We're going to say format. We want the font. Remember, it's body, it's regular, it's going to be 12. The color is going to be automatic. I'm going to click on OK. And then our layout will be under paragraph. There's not going to be any spacing. This is going to be before and after. It's going to be 0. The line spacing is going to be 0. Remember, there's not going to be anything underneath the number of the page. However, the alignment for the page number, we want that to be centered. We want the number to be in the center of the page. Right, so I'm going to click on alignment center, click on OK. Our font size 12, normal size, no spacing, it is centered. I'm going to click on OK, and that will be updated throughout the document. I'm going to close my styles. I'm going to go to the main document again, and you will see in the main body my title page doesn't have any number because I don't want a number on it. It is the cover of my book. The contents pages will start with the Roman numeral I. My main body will start with the normal Arabic number 1, and then the list of references and appendices will continue on page 2. So we can take off our special characters because our advanced styling or layout has been done. So we can take off our special characters, and our document will start to look a little bit like the document that we want to work on. And you'll see there that's without the special characters, the special background characters of Word. There you've got page 1, and our list of references as page 2. And that is setting up our 4 parts or 4 sections of our research report document layout. Before we continue and close this session and make this the end of part 1, we'll go to File, and we'll save our document to make sure that all the work that we've put into creating this setup of our research report will be saved and not be lost if we lose power when the computer switches on.